Whenever people are talking about cryptocurrency, they usually talk about millionaires, traders, Bitcoin whales. They usually talk about people that are making ridiculous amounts of money. But what about the ordinary people? What about the person that's working a 9 to 5 job, the single parent who's trying to make ends meet, the student, the small business owner, or the person who simply wants a better financial future? Because despite what many people think, cryptocurrency was never just about getting rich. In fact, for the average person, crypto may be much more important than most people realize. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today in today's video. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Martha. And this is a faith and finance channel where we talk about building wealth, stewardship, investing, financial freedom, and kingdom purpose. Today, I want to talk about what cryptocurrency actually means for regular people. Now, this is not about headlines, nor is it about influencers showing off their Lamborghinis, but this is about what this technology could mean for everyday people trying to improve their financial lives. One of the biggest reasons cryptocurrency matters is because it allows ordinary people to participate in something that was once only available to a small group of people. Crypto gives ordinary people access to an asset class they never had before. Now, years ago, if you wanted to invest in major opportunities, you often needed large amounts of money. You needed connections, you needed brokers, you needed access. Many people were simply locked out. But crypto changed that. Today, someone can start with $20, $30, $50. You don't need to be wealthy to begin learning. For the first time in history, a person with very little money can own a small piece of a global digital asset network. That is a huge shift. A cleaner in Peru, a nurse in Nigeria, a teacher in Zimbabwe, a shop owner in Guyana, a factory worker in South Africa, all of them can participate in the same market. Now, whether they choose to or not is another discussion, but the opportunity exists. And that's something we have never really seen before on this scale. For many people, crypto becomes the doorway into financial education. Crypto is definitely changing how people think about money. Something interesting happens when people start learning about cryptocurrency. They begin asking questions about money. They ask questions that they never asked before. Questions like, what is money? How is money created? Why does inflation happen? Why do prices keep rising? Before crypto, some simply earned money and spent money, and that was it. But then they start learning about scarcity. They start learning about supply and demand, about monetary systems, investing, about asset ownership. And whether you end up investing heavily in crypto or not, these lessons alone can be life changing because financial literacy is one of the most valuable skills a person can develop. Crypto gives an ordinary person control over their money. Traditionally, most people rely entirely on financial institutions to store, move, and manage their money. But crypto introduced a different idea. The idea is that individuals can have direct ownership and control over their assets. And of course, with that freedom comes responsibility. You have to learn security, you have to learn how wallets work, you have to learn to protect your accounts. And for many people around the world, especially in countries where financial systems are unstable, this level of control can be incredibly valuable. Imagine living somewhere where local currency keeps losing value, or where access to banking services is limited, or where transferring money internationally is expensive and slow. Crypto offers an alternative option, not a perfect option, not a risk free option, but another option. And having options is powerful. Crypto changes how ordinary people participate in the economy. For the ordinary person, crypto is not just about buying coins and hoping the price goes up. It actually changes how people participate in the economy. Because right now, most ordinary people are consumers. We work, we earn, we pay bills, we buy things, we save what we can. And for many people, that is the cycle. But crypto introduces something different. It gives ordinary people the chance to become early participants in digital networks and not just users of them. Think about the internet. Most ordinary people use the internet every day. We use social media, online banking, Amazon, YouTube, but many people only became users. They did not become owners. They did not own shares in the companies early. They did not benefit financially from the growth of those platforms. They watched the technology change the world, but they did not really participate in the wealth that was created from it. Crypto offers a different possibility. With crypto, an ordinary person can own part of a digital network before it becomes fully mainstream. They can hold assets linked to payment systems, decentralized finance, gaming, tokenization, data, artificial intelligence, real world assets, and many other areas that may become important in the future. Now, not every project will succeed. Some will fail, some are scams, but the point is this: crypto gives ordinary people access much earlier than many traditional investment opportunities. In the past, by the time ordinary people heard about certain opportunities, the wealthy and well connected had already taken their positions. By the time the average person found out, the big money had already moved first. Crypto does not remove all inequality, but it does open it all. It means a person sitting at home with a phone, internet connection, and willingness to learn can study the same opportunities that people in bigger financial circles are studying. For the ordinary person, crypto means access. It means the possibility of ownership. It means not just watching the digital economy grow from the outside, but having a chance to participate in it. And again, participation does not mean gambling your rent money. It does not mean putting your whole salary into random coins. It means learning, starting small, being wise, understanding the technology, and positioning yourself carefully. Now, if the future economy is becoming more digital, more tokenized, and more blockchain based, then the ordinary person who understands crypto may be better prepared than the person who ignored it completely. So when we talk about crypto, we are not just talking about price charts. We are talking about access to the future economy. We're talking about ordinary people having a chance to own digital assets before they become part of everyday life. Now, this point might feel like a repetition of the first point I made, but I want you to understand two things. We've talked in point one about access, how crypto democratizes investing. What I'm explaining now is about wealth creation. The core message here is that you can own pieces of future digital systems, you can participate early, you can benefit from technological growth. And there's another side to crypto that many people don't think about. Most people see crypto as something you buy, but crypto can also be something you build. For decades, if an ordinary person wanted to create a financial product, launch a payment system, or build an investment platform, they would need enormous amounts of money. They would need investors, banks, regulatory approvals. They would need huge teams. For most ordinary people, that simply wasn't realistic. But blockchain technology has changed that. Today, developers, entrepreneurs can create their own cryptocurrency projects, launch digital ecosystems, and build communities around them. In fact, some of the people who have built successful crypto projects started out as ordinary individuals with an idea and the technical skills to bring it to life. Tech developers such as Sir Mappy, the founder behind projects like WikiCat and the SMC DAO ecosystem. He wasn't a large financial institution. He wasn't a government. He wasn't a multinational corporation. He was just an independent developer who saw an opportunity to build something and used blockchain technology to do it. Crypto has lowered the barrier to entry for innovation. An ordinary person with knowledge, determination, the right skills can potentially build a project that reaches people all over the world. Now, not only can ordinary people invest in digital assets, they can create digital assets. Not only can they participate in the ecosystems, they can build ecosystems themselves. And for many people, entrepreneurs, developers, and innovators, that may be one of the most powerful aspects of cryptocurrency. It gives ordinary people the opportunity not just to consume technology, but to create it. Crypto creates new income opportunities for ordinary people. For most of human history, there were only a few ways for ordinary people to earn money. You got a job, you started a business, you sold a product, you provided a service. And while all those things are still important today, the digital economy has created entirely new ways for people to earn income. Crypto is part of that shift. Some people earn income through blockchain development. Some build crypto communities. Some create educational content. Some launch products. Some launch projects. Some provide technical services. Some work in marketing, design, programming, consulting, security, research, or community management within the crypto industry. Others participate in decentralized networks and ecosystems that reward contributions in different ways. What crypto has done is create opportunities that simply didn't exist 20 years ago. Those jobs barely existed a generation ago. And today, millions of people earn a living through them. In the same way, blockchain technology is creating new opportunities that continue to grow as the industry develops. And perhaps one of the most interesting things is that geography matters less than it used to. For the ordinary person, crypto is now not only an investment opportunity, it can also be a career opportunity, a business opportunity, a skill building opportunity, or even an entrepreneurial opportunity. And ordinary people are finding ways to earn income from that ecosystem. So when we ask what crypto means for the ordinary person, one answer is simply this: crypto is creating economic opportunities that simply did not exist before. Another thing crypto means for ordinary people is the opportunity to earn a return on their money rather than simply letting it sit idle. Before crypto, if you wanted your money to generate income, your options were often limited. You might have needed access to a stock market, access to a brokerage account. You might have needed property or might, rely on bank savings accounts. The problem is that in many parts of the world, savings accounts pay very little interest, if any at all. So while they think they're saving money, their purchasing power is actually shrinking. This is where many people become interested in areas of cryptocurrency such as staking, DeFi, and yield generation. You can think of it as putting an asset to work rather than simply storing it. Then there's DeFi, short for decentralized finance. DeFi refers to financial services built on the blockchain networks that allow people to lend, borrow, trade, and earn yields without relying entirely on traditional banks. For many ordinary people, especially those living in countries with weak banking infrastructure, this can be a completely new experience. Imagine someone who has never had access to a meaningful interest on their savings. For example, someone hold stable coins and earn yields through various platforms. Others stake cryptocurrencies they already own and receive rewards over time. Some use DeFi protocols to generate returns on idle assets. And of course, these opportunities come with risks. Platforms can fail, smart contracts can be exploited, yields can change, and people should never invest money that they cannot afford to lose. But despite those risks, crypto has introduced millions of people to something powerful: the idea that money does not always have to sit still, the idea that assets can potentially generate additional income, the idea that people can access financial opportunities that were once reserved for those living in countries with mature financial systems. And for those living in a country with limited banking options, that can be life changing too. So when we ask what crypto means for the ordinary person, one answer is simply that crypto gives people new ways to make their money work for them rather than simply leaving it sitting in an account, earning little or nothing at all. At the end of the day, crypto is much more than just buying and selling coins. For the ordinary people, it can mean access to opportunities, new ways to build wealth, greater control over assets, and participation in a growing digital economy. Whether you decide to invest in crypto or simply learn about it, understanding this space is becoming increasingly important in today's world. So, are you already involved in cryptocurrency, or are you still on the sidelines learning? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.